You lose before the fight even starts. Not because you're weak, but because you're soft where it matters most. Your mind. You carry fear into the battlefield like it's armor. You hesitate. You overthink. You imagine every way it could go wrong. And call that preparation. That's defeat. Disguised as logic. You retreat in your head long before your enemy lifts a hand. That's why you fail. That's why you break. That's why your name means nothing yet. Let's speak plainly. You're not losing battles. You're surrendering before they begin. You think preparation is scrolling. You think strategy is doubt. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right moment. But the war is already happening, and you're not even on the field. This world isn't held by those who wait. It's shaped by those who move, fast, focused, and unshakable. And if you can't do that, then step aside. Because someone else will take what you were too afraid to claim. When I was cast out, when my own tribe left me to vanish in the wild, I didn't sit and sulk. I moved, starving, hunted, forgotten. I studied terrain. I studied men. I studied fear. And how to crush it before it could speak. By the time they realized I hadn't vanished, I was already building, already commanding, already rewriting the laws they thought couldn't be touched. Why? Because I didn't wait to be ready. I made war before the world expected it. That's how I won, by never entering the battlefield already broken. You lose because you think too small, because you stare at your flaws like they're fixed, because you expect confidence to come before action, when it only comes after. You're not outnumbered, you're outdisciplined. You spend more time imagining failure than preparing to dominate. You watch others win and convince yourself they had help. They didn't. They just showed up ready to strike, while you stood frozen by imaginary problems. I'll tell you the truth. Victory is decided before the first step, before the first blow, before the world even sees your move. Victory is decided in your rituals, in your decisions at sunrise, in the silence where no one is watching. My soldiers didn't win because they were stronger. They won because they moved in unison. They trusted their orders. They prepared like failure was not an option because it wasn't. That's what you lack. Ruthless preparation. Not scrolling. Not planning. Not hoping. Training. Execution. Cold clarity. You live like hesitation is harmless. Like delay is neutral. But every second you stall, someone else sharpens. Every excuse you cling to is a nail in your own legacy. And when it's over, the world won't care why you failed. They'll only remember that you did. A warrior who doubts before dawn has already lost by noon. The first enemy to defeat is the one in your reflection. Every hesitation feeds your opposition. That's battlefield doctrine. And if you want to lead, if you want to conquer, you must become brutal with your indecision. Let's talk strategy. Here's how you start winning before the first step. Decide fast. Move faster. Stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness comes through motion, not theory. Train when it's boring. When the world is asleep, you build. Because domination comes from discipline. Create your own odds. Outplanned is worse than outnumbered. You don't need more. You need smarter. Attack first in mindset. Every day begins with a decision. Shrink or expand. Choose domination. Cut weakness early. In battle, hesitation spreads like fire. In life, it spreads like disease. I didn't ride across continents to be liked. I didn't unite tribes to be remembered. I did it because conquest is the language of the decisive, and the world only bows to those who move with certainty, not noise, not excuses. Results. You want to win. Then stop asking questions and start building answers. You want legacy. Then crush your hesitation like a traitor. You want power. Then become the type of man that moves before the enemy finishes thinking. Let me burn this into your mind. Every battle is won or lost before it begins. Not on the field, in the days leading up to it, in the nights you skipped training, in the decisions you delayed, in the self-doubt you let live too long. You're not unlucky, you're undisciplined, and that changes now, or you stay forgotten. So here's your war cry. Show up early. Move with intent. Leave no space for fear. Let others wait. Let others flinch. Let others scroll. You march. You strike. You lead. No more surrender in your spirit. No more hesitation in your hands. From this moment on, you are the storm they didn't see coming. Build your empire, or be conquered.